start with Azelf. Azelf can hit the active spot too, which is better version of Rotom. Should I worry about this? I have to evolve to Togekiss fast. The opponent will start store energy to which one? Perfect. I think we focus on the Celebi in the active spot. Will the opponent play Mars? No Mars, right? They need deck space for Erika too. Beedrill requires so many evolution line. I don't want the opponent play Erika to his Celebi, so let's target Weedle. Unless the opponent plays Sabrina and high roll with Celebi EX, we lost our Togetic. Oh my goodness. That is a good one. Okay. They escaped from my... Togetic too. Looks like I win the game. Unless the opponent Sabrina me, then it is so unfortunate. The way to counter Togekiss is definitely Sabrina or Cyrus. It will reset my Overdrive Smash ability. The opponent still... okay, we win the game. The opponent still not able to take down my Togekiss even with 3 head coin flip. But I can one-shot this Celebi with Cynthia, dealing 170 damage. Wow. Disgusting. Nice game. Fighting type. Go aggressive with Togepi and start building up our Mew EX. Because we can deal weakness damage to Riolu. And Togetic only requires 1 energy. Question here is, what can we do with this Mew EX? Copy Primeape skill. We get the perfect hand maybe. Almost perfect, we are just missed the Cynthia. Next turn we one-shot this monkey, I guess. I hope that the opponent doesn't develop another basic. Okay. This one is weak against Psychic, right? I haven't wanted Primeape yet. Nothing can won the Primeape for now. So Primeape deal 40 damage. I think I win the game. Checkmate. Next turn, my Togekiss will deal 120 damage. Meanwhile, opponent Primeape only deal 40 damage because I haven't won the Primeape yet. That monkey play is wrong, I guess. If they Sabrina, I will bring my Mew EX to the front so that they won my Mew EX, and then we can fight back, deal 100 damage to Primeape. Interesting, right? But we end the game here. The opponent concede anyway. Nice. Too fast. The downside of this deck probably we are going to lose 1 point from Sigilyph. Maybe this is the time for us to build up the Mew EX. Can I get my Mew EX? Forget about Sigilyph, I guess. We build our bench. We still don't know what kind of Pidgeot the opponent run. Does the opponent run the Genetic Apex Pidgeot or the Pidgeot EX? Pidgeot EX will get stronger if I build more Pokemon on our bench. So probably I don't need that much Pokemon in our bench. Since I already secured my key card, I think there is no point of building up Sigilyph. But the opponent can Sabrina me and then deal massive damage to my Togekiss too. What should I do then? Play Mew EX. The opponent have Pidgeot. Oh, the opponent played the Genetic Apex one. Cyrus is a bad news for us. But 70 damage is not enough to take down my Togekiss. This is the turn I build up my Mew EX. If I let my Mew EX get wounded, they will Cyrus me and then try to take down this Mew EX. The problem is the opponent will play the Drive Off again, reset my Togekiss. Overdrive Smash, but I still have Cynthia to deal massive damage to this Pidgeot. Okay, this Pidgeot still in our Togekiss range. Do not heal more than this. No potion. Okay, the opponent gets scared. They can play Drive Off, but they forget about it. Alright, looks like I win the game. Why not play Drive Off to reset my Overdrive Smash? The opponent only have Farfetch'd now. Not a threat. Yeah, if the opponent play Drive Off, I mean, that's still fine, you know? You can take down my Sigilyph. Nasty guy. Okay. So be it. Let the opponent take down Sigilyph, it's not worth it. We will let Mew EX deal 40 damage to Farfetch'd then. It takes time for the opponent to build up their Pidgeot again. Don't tell me you have Irida again. Oh, very fast to find the PG. You cannot be that good, right? Alright, looks like I'm going to Iono here. We cannot trust the opponent hand. They always have the answer. Time for us to build up the second Togepi too. Or I just play this Togepi. Pidgeot deal how much damage? The opponent have such a good hand. Thought about cannot trust the opponent hand. Iono here. I'm so scared that the opponent possesses the Pidgeot EX. If the opponent draw Giovanni again, we are in trouble, right? Nah, the opponent already played 2 Giovanni. No Pidgeot EX, right? Alright, we win the game. Whew, so close. Ooh, play against Dragonite. If only I have Mew EX. Yep, we have Mew EX. Drop this Mew EX. Alright. Play Professor Research. If I have Azelf, I can target the opponent Giratina too. Only if the opponent develop Giratina. The opponent will retreat, right? Alright, I need Azelf then. This will increase our chance to draw Azelf. I need Azelf, please. Not Togepi. But I will deal 40 damage and then 60 damage to Druddigon, why not? The opponent doesn't have water energy, so no Irida. Oh, they got the water energy, but I take down this Druddigon already. If only I can build up the Mew EX soon. We can Azelf, playing Cyrus, copy Draco Meteor. Oh no! Opponent is forcing me to play Cynthia. That's what they want. Alright, next turn we take down the opponent Pokemon one by one. Let's play Iono too in order to search for second Cynthia to deal massive damage to Dragonite. This is already checkmate for the opponent. Thankfully I secured Cynthia in the early game. The opponent can Sabrina, by the way. Don't care. Giratina now. Or the opponent doesn't run Giratina. I think Giratina version is the solid one. After this, we can start storing energy to Mew EX, but I think I win the game before I manage to store energy to Mew EX in order to copy the Draco Meteor. Yeah. Very fast. Just realized that I'm lacking of card draw and I'm not secured Togepi. It's okay, we only face Bidoof. So this is Bidoof file deck, right? They can also combine Darkrai too. Yeah, this deck is pretty popular in previous expansion. The idea here is cut down my Pokemon HP by half and then let the file finish it off. Man. This Bidoof will having a hard time to retreat. And maybe we try to build up our Mew EX so that we can deal 80 damage. The opponent might have Leaf too. If they have Leaf, then they must be very lucky with the card draw. My Azelf is in danger. Can I get my Togepi already? Iono? Iono is the play for now. But the only stuff that can deal massive damage is only Mew EX for now. Start to draw card. This Giratina is already vulnerable to Cyrus, which is good point for us too. All we need to do now is take down the other Pokemon and then Cyrus this Darkrai EX. That's why we need Azelf too in this deck, unless the opponent somehow play Nurse Joy to heal Darkrai, but I think the deck space is just too full. There is not enough room for the opponent to play Nurse Joy or something like that. I think we are in the right track right now. All I need to find now is Togekiss. We also secure Cyrus. Please do not Mars me. Play against Grass type. Starly. Heracross, right? It is a Heracross berry deck. Unfortunately, Togekiss counter is Sabrina. If the opponent manages to reset this Togekiss, then we are in trouble. That's why I need the Cynthia. Cynthia is perfect, so that I can at least deal 110 damage to the opponent and make sure that we are take down the opponent Pokemon immediately too. Let's not drop this giant cap immediately. Bro, in the next expansion, I'm sure we are going to face a lot of Mars or red card. Keep a lot of card in our hand will be such a risk. The opponent also run Heracross, I guess. We draw Azelf. This will prevent Sabrina. Maybe just play Azelf here. Looks like this is pretty safe now. The opponent will evolve anyway. There is no way they will keep in the Starly form. Such a waste. I also add Mew EX to this deck in case we face something like Lucario. We need something that can deal massive damage in case the Togekiss get reset. The opponent have Berry, right? Alright, we don't have to play Cynthia then. We save Cynthia for better play. Maybe it's time for us to build the Mew EX. This is looking good. We can start building up the Mew EX. It's quite slow actually. I'm not sure if Mew EX is good enough in this deck. What is the better substitution for this Mew EX, by the way? I don't have the energy RAM. Anyway, this one can deal 120 damage, not a big deal. I take down the opponent Pokemon one by one, don't worry. In the current meta, opponent Pokemon will be just too fast, make us too late to set up the Mew EX. Look at the opponent luck. That is so insane. What should I do now? Does the opponent have the second berry? I hope the opponent doesn't have second berry. If the opponent has Staraptor and second berry, we lost our Togekiss. Then how to take down the Staraptor? I sacrificed the Sigilyph, of course. Alright, the opponent surrender. My Mew EX still able to copy Staraptor 130 damage.